With the 2019 legislative session right around the corner, we will review the LSA analysis and projection of the Iowa General Fund budget for fiscal years 2019 and 2020 using information from the most recent Revenue Estimating Conference. This is a brief summary of our budget preview document, created to help the General Assembly prepare for the fiscal year 2020 budgeting process. The Revenue Estimating Conference met on December 13th and updated the fiscal year 2019 and fiscal year 2020 general fund revenue estimates. The revised fiscal year 2019 estimate totals $7.729 billion, an increase of $344.7 million, which is a 4.7% change compared to fiscal year 2018. Surplus carry-forward available for fiscal year 2019 is estimated to be $79.2 million, for a total of $7.808 billion available. For 2020, the REC is estimating $7.868 billion in total net receipts, an increase of $139.8 million, or 1.8% compared to the fiscal year 2019 estimate. The revenue estimate set in December will be the basis for the 99% expenditure limitation used for the 2020 general fund budget. In addition, there is $105.5 million in surplus carry-forward projected for total funds available of $7.895 billion. Moving on to expenditures, enacted appropriations for fiscal year 2019 currently total an estimated $7.48 billion. The 2019 appropriation for state aid to schools was adjusted down by $6.9 million to reflect changes in various factors that comprise the school aid formula, including enrollment, property valuations, and special education. There is an estimated Medicaid supplemental need of $143.5 million due to increased costs related to the managed care contracts, for total net appropriations of $7.612 billion. When comparing total funds available to net appropriations, you end up with an estimated ending balance surplus of $196.2 million for fiscal year 2019. For estimating fiscal year 2020 appropriations, our office uses the 2019 appropriations enacted during the previous session as the baseline. These appropriations totaled $7.473 billion. These fiscal year 2020 appropriations were also analyzed by LSA staff to account for automatic increases or decreases that will likely occur in numerous state programs prior to any legislative action. These incremental changes are referred to as built-in and anticipated expenditure changes. For 2020, the built-in and anticipated expenditures are estimated to increase by $31.5 million. By adding these two amounts together, you end up with total appropriations of $7.505 billion and an ending balance surplus of $474.1 million. This chart shows the significant built-in and anticipated expenditure increases for 2020. The largest built-in expenditure is the projected increase of $80 million for the Medicaid program. It should be noted that the Medicaid estimate does not include capitation rate increases for the managed care organizations that will occur in fiscal year 2020, which could result in a significant increase in the estimate. Offsetting much of the projected increase for 2020 is a reduction of $113.1 million associated with a one-time appropriation in fiscal year 2019 to the Cash Reserve Fund. This appropriation will not be necessary in 2020. The remainder of the changes net out to an estimated increase of $31.5 million. A program that receives a lot of attention each year is funding for K-12 schools through the school aid formula. For fiscal year 2020, the Governor and General Assembly have not yet set the per-pupil growth rate for school aid. Therefore, for estimating purposes, the LSA is assuming a 0% growth rate. Additionally, if the Governor and the General Assembly fail to agree on the percent growth in school aid, the rate defaults to 0%. The school aid appropriation is the single largest appropriation from the general fund and makes up nearly 43% of the total general fund spending. A 1% increase in the state percent growth rate for school aid would increase the 2020 appropriation by $45.7 million. State agencies have submitted their fiscal year 2020 budget requests. These requests may be considered by the Governor and the General Assembly as they work to complete the budget for the year. Departments are requesting $7.494 billion from the general fund, which is an increase of $20.8 million or 0.3% compared to the fiscal year 2019 level. Departments are also requesting $1.272 billion for other state funds, which is an increase of $151.3 million, or 13.5%. Thank you for your time and your interest in the Iowa General Fund budget. I encourage you to refer to our entire budget preview document, which contains additional information on the budget, economic outlook, Medicaid, and school aid. Our staff looks forward to working with you in January.